Hey guys, welcome back to the shop. Today we're going to wind up putting the cylinder head back on and torquing it to spec, but let's talk a little bit about the cylinder head. So let me give you a view of the cylinder head. Okay, so this is the cylinder head of our small engine. Some important things for you guys to know. These round parts, valves. The bigger valve is the intake valve. Air and gas gets through this port. When this valve opens, air and gas has entered this area, which is called the combustion chamber. In this hole right here, there's a spark plug that gets threaded in from the other side. When on compression stroke, when this spark occurs, it explodes that air and gas and winds up making our piston go down. So on intake stroke, when that valve is open, this piston goes down, sucks the air and gas in. On compression stroke, both of these valves stay shut, and it pushes all that air and gas into this combustion chamber. Then we have our third stroke, combustion. The spark plug that is in this hole explodes that air and gas. Boom! Makes an explosion. Makes the piston goes down. And then we have our fourth stroke. This exhaust valve, the smaller one, opens and pushes all that air and gas out this hole to our muffler, and the muffler makes it more quiet. Alright, that all being said and done, now we can start doing some work. So what we have to do is we have to put the cylinder head on. I have two dowels. These dowel pins go into these bottom holes. Now this is the old head gasket. We're not going to reuse it. We're going to wind up using a brand new one. So here's my new head gasket. Now I'm going to line up that hole with that hole right there. That's an oil return hole. Another oil return hole. And then our cylinder head goes on. So we got to line up the dowels with these two smaller holes right here. And now we need my four 12mm bolts. Got two up here. And I got two down in here. Yeah, I wish you guys were in the shop so we could actually be doing this. It's a shame what's going on, huh? Hope everybody's healthy. I've been feeling okay. Well, I haven't been in contact with anybody in the longest time. Been up here all by myself for at least 2 weeks now. Maybe even more. Alright, so I'm going to screw these in with my fingers. Then I'm going to use a specialty tool. Torque wrench, inch-pound torque wrench. And hopefully before I show you this video, I've already showed you the video from Chris Fix when he explains about torque wrenches. So inch-pounds. 12 inch-pounds make 1 foot-pound. Like on your tires, usually are somewhere around 90 to 100 foot-pounds. That would be a lot of inch-pounds. They don't make an inch-pound wrench that could actually go that high. Like the inch-pound wrench I have right now only goes up to 200 inch-pounds. We're going to wind up torquing these to 120. Now once again, when I use this wrench, I don't just keep on twisting. I'm going to twist until the head flexes. So my head flexed, so that one's good. Now there are some torque wrenches that make a click noise. This one does not make a click noise, it just flexes. I guess it makes a little bit of a click noise. That means stop turning. So that's torqued. We got this one torqued. And our cylinder head is on. Let's see how many minutes we got. That was only 4 minutes. Alright, so what we're going to wind up doing now is we're going to wind up doing our push rods. So these push rods go down these holes and they actually make contact to the top of the lifters. And the lifter is right on the camshaft lobe. So this is how we're going to make our valves open and close. So I'm going to put these down in here. I might have to tap them because the lifter's probably up. Yep. Now this is a very common spot where people have made huge mistakes in my class, is they lose these little followers. that are on top of our valves. That's why I had the tape on there. Very hard to get those things if you lose them. Alright, so these parts right here are called rocker arms, and they have to be adjusted. And of course, up here I'm not going to have the proper equipment to adjust them properly. I need what's called a feeler gauge. I don't happen to have one here. They're all at the school. But I've gotten away with this in the past, is that I will get them to what's called zero lash. And then if I back them off about a quarter of a turn, they're good. So this is called a lock nut, and this is my adjusting nut. So first of all, I have to get this thing onto what we know none of our valves are open. So I'm going to get them slightly snug so I can watch my valve movement. Hopefully you guys can see. This one is my intake. So if I watch my exhaust just opened, so after my exhaust opens, my intake should open. My intake is open, and when it shuts, I know that I'm at no valves being open. I'm on compression stroke. So I'm using my fingers, and that stops. So now I need to get a couple of wrenches. I need to get a 10 millimeter, and I need to get a 14. I think it's a 14. Let me double check. Yeah, it's a 14 because that's a half. I'll be right back. Alright, got my 14. So this wrench here's got a box on both ends. It's got a 12 on one end, a 14 at the other. Like, you know what a combo wrench looks like now. It has an open end and a box, so now you know this is a box wrench. So now that I got it at 0, I'm going to take it and I'm going to move it quarter of a turn. And then I'm going to take my 10 millimeter and lock it into place so it doesn't turn anymore. It locks that nut from moving when it's running. Alright, so that's that one. Let me do the next one. Start at 12, go down to 9. I'll lock it into place. And now it's locked into place. The only other thing I think I could do, what would be next, would be the valve cover. And we got about 8 or 9 minutes so far into this video, so we'll do the valve cover another day. Alright? Alright guys, I'll see you next time.